You ready to go on the evening walk, Zen pup? All right, let's get you going. We're going to go out to the mine tonight. We got about I don't know, 45 minutes before the sun goes down, so we're going to have to kind of boogie here. Whoops. Oh, look at this. Come on. You going to get out from under there? No. Hold on, let me untangle them. And here we go. I got him untangled. Usually he just stands there, and I got to pull the leash off of him. We're going to not film much going out because everybody's going to be blinded by the light. But the mine's right over there. We've seen it in previous videos, or at least the distance of it. Right back there, as you see the top of it. We're going to go over there and check it out while the sun's going down. Oh, let's get walking. A little bit cooler now. Took Zen out for a walk about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and he was not going to have it. He walked 20 feet and stopped. He walked 20 feet and stopped. It was pretty warm. It's probably the upper 70s. Next couple of days it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s, so he's going to be spending a lot of time in the shade. Me too. But yeah, it's been nice. No wind right now, really calm. Sun's going down, as I mentioned, and it's starting to cool off. Oh, I got my new shoes on. Can't tell they're new, but they just put them on yesterday, brand new. Oh, they're much better. At least my feet don't fill up with rocks and sand like they did before. And these have more of a grip. These are called Camel Crown, which camel is, has to do with quartzite, so kind of fits in. I came across another scam yesterday in my email. It looked legit, but you got to watch, everybody, as I mentioned before, because this one came from PayPal. It had the service at paypal.com was the return address. But the interesting thing was, and it was $10, and it had a note, dog treats, which makes sense, from a subscriber or somebody named Jack. And if you open up the email to a point, it said click on this $10 link to claim your money and open a PayPal account to claim it. I'm thinking, like, I've had a PayPal account for over 20 years. So something didn't quite match up. And then I did some research on PayPal, and in their what to look for, it said, we will never, write you as dear user or dear email. They will always put hello or dear your name, because they have your name. So, and this one came with hello with my email. So that was a flag right off. And then click the link to open an account. I didn't open it. It deleted it. So if there's a subscriber out there named Jack and you happen to send me $10 for dog treats, send me a message or email, because see what happens. But it looks like a scam to me. So we're going to head across the desert again. We'll catch up on the other side of this wash. And a quick update, the trash is still over at the campsite. So I haven't picked it up yet, but they, the friends of the Quartzsite of the Sonoran Desert did a pretty good job on picking up someone just a few miles from here. Picked up some vehicles. I'll put them in here in a second. This is one of them. I thought it was a school bus. No, it's a full-size over-the-road bus. Then they had an abandoned, looked like Class A motorhome that had issues. And they picked up a worn-out, broken-down travel pull trailer. So thanks to the Friends of the Sonoran Desert, those are now gone. So they said they've been working on those for 3 years to get the paperwork lined up to have those things removed. That's how long it takes to get rid of a vehicle out here. So that's why if you see any while you're driving around or on videos, it just takes time. So especially like I said with motor vehicles, which is more of a property than just trash. But right now we're going to head up the mine right up there. And we're getting closer. I don't know a whole lot about this mine. I've done some research online and I really can't find a whole lot about it. It just says mine number 2 on Google Maps as a historic landmark. It's got a fence that goes around it. Well, fence post. Just goes down around there, around that berm and back and stops. So I don't know where it goes across the road. So I don't know what that was for. Maybe keep people out when they closed it back in the days. I think this was closing. I've heard several things. The Google says 1973. So I don't know. And I would say probably that's about right, because even the power poles that are out here, like right over here, they look too new. I mean, they look brand new, but in the desert where there's no rain, they may look like that after 50 years. I don't know. But we're going to walk up this way. And it is uphill on this, a lot of this loose rock. Zen's got his 4-paw drive-in effect. And we're going to walk around. I've been up here before several times. Made a couple of videos. So nothing really changed. There is an old mine shaft right here that, let me peek up here. Looks like it's been filled in. Yeah, all the boards. That's a great place for rattlesnakes. That is for sure. Yeah, it's been filled in. A lot of cacti. Octios everywhere. And different water pipes. And it's just cool. I like seeing this old stuff in the desert. I'm not a fan of trash, but historic structures and things kind of work until they get to a point where they're just a pile of trash. So let's see what we got over here. Whoa, 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 stop the presses. It's the next day, and I found out on some research what these structures are, these two out here in the desert. Not what I thought they were. But stick around at the end of the video, and I'll explain to you what these two structures are, along with other ones out here in the desert that you may see at someone else's videos. But so stay around, and let's get back on with the tour. Here's a mine. I don't have any idea how this worked. I mean, what they did, I haven't found any research. Like I said, I can't find much on it that tells you how it worked, but this was all concrete and barrier. There's a shaft there that had some pulleys on it and some wheels, and up there would be the collection area, I would say, that it would come probably down. I don't know, would come down on the chute. Like I said, don't know, just guessing. If any miners out there, let me know how this works. And it comes through. But there's a big shaft there, some boards come down, so who knows. And then there's a pit right here, it used to be. And then the old belts and pulleys system on, not on this one. The other one's got belts and pulleys. This one doesn't, I don't really see any belts and pulleys, but it's got that shaft. So, and the thing is, it didn't really rot out, even it's been here for, goodness, who knows how long. This has got concrete, it's got boards on it, and like I said, it's three or four levels. The water tank down there, the water tank over here, and there's some sort of sifting or grinding system over here, and there's like a wire barrel, something there. So I don't know how it actually works. I haven't seen one. There are other mines out in the desert that are probably more intact, and they look, a little different. But a little research I did is talking about mines and claims. There's almost 49,000 mine claims in this county, La Paz County in Arizona, almost 49,000. And out of the 49,000, I think it's 7.5% are active and 92.5 are inactive. So, but there's a lot of mine claims out here. Most of them are gold, silver, different things. So, but yeah, we'll bring you in a little closer and show you around. And there's Q Mountain right over there. There's Zen. He's hooked up to the rock, and look at him. He's trying. That's his I'm ready to move pose, because he's got the line tight. So we'll walk around down through here. Like I said, I don't know what all this was. There's a pit there. A lot of this may be just over gravel and rocks that pulled out of the mine and they came out of the top. I'm not for sure. But we'll walk down here if I don't fall down first. One thing about it, you have to have some good footing back in the days, because it's just downhill and loose rock. Here we go. Whew, that was fun. Once again, I don't know. This should probably be where the mechanisms and the wheels would go, and the belts and the grinders, and I don't know. There's one over there, the old machine. This one here is just, like I said, I'm not for sure what it is. Don't mind the graffiti on it. Look at that, pretty cool stuff. Pretty, oh, it even moves. Look at that. You wouldn't find that in a wet environment, that's for sure. And there's a machine over there. It's like maybe it could be water driven. I don't know. I gotta watch, make sure I don't step on any nails. And that is cool too. There's an electric motor with the belt on it, so they have some sort of system. Come up through there, and like I said, it's about 3 or 4 levels. So I don't know what this did, and maybe some information at the museum. Usually that's the best place to check on historic events and the things around. But it's just still kind of nice. And there's another level down here even that's built out. More concrete, more piping. Like I said, there's an old water tank or something like that, and it's just pieces of scrap everywhere. There's an old machinery or something down in there. That's on the back side of that fencing that's in it. And more trash. But I don't really, yeah, it's kind of trash, but historical trash. Call it that. All right, let me see if I can get around here and get up to where Zen's at. He's up there. I didn't want to bring him down here. Kind of dangerous with loose rocks and nails, and me holding on to them. All right, here we go. Hey, these new shoes work pretty good on these rocks. Wow, got some grip. We're ready to do some mountain climbing. Are you? He said, just unhook me from the tree. Okay. And he's unhooked. Yeah, we'll walk around. Like, these are just cool. This is like mine number 2, and I mentioned mine number 1. Before I looked at it, it's right over there somewhere on the edge of that little road. It's in a lot worse shape. It's just about the whole thing about to cave in. So this is the more intact one. We're gonna walk around this corner of debris here. And water pipes everywhere. Look how well that wood is holding up after these many years. There's a chute there. So like I said, I'm not for sure how this was designed. Oh, there's a tank right there. So that's actually probably another water system or some sort. And I think they mine gold and quartz out of here. You know, with quartz you get gold. So that's one reason in this area. There's another foundation like an old water system. Another water pipe. They probably use a lot of water for their cleaning operations or washing things down. You know, the separation. The nearest water is in a well somewhere. But it's got a good view. Look at this, looking at this view from standing here looking over the town of Quartzsite. Okay, we're gonna walk around and up to the upper level. Ready to go, pup? Here he goes. Let's go around here. There's ATV trails all over, so you can do this by foot or on ATV. You know, these probably old wagon trails and vehicle trails back in the day to get stuff to the mine. Just even finding anybody, you know, if it closed down in '73, that's 52 years ago. I mean, you'll find somebody that's in their 60s and 70s maybe that might have worked at it or known about it. And I'm sure there's still a few here in Quartzsite that would know what this was and how it all ran. And all of them had names, so this one didn't. I don't know what even name this would be. We're getting towards the top, at least the back of the chute there. The sun has gone down behind the mountain, but you know, the desert had its own beauty, and this is just, I like it. I mean, I didn't think last season when I came out I liked the desert very much, but I really like the desert. And if it wasn't for the 120 degrees in the summer, it might be better. So let's walk over here to this area here. Hold on a second. Hold on, pup. Had to do a quick turnaround. He always wrapped me up with his leash, and I can't move. Here's the top of the mine. Like I said, it looked like, you know, that would be things brought in here and dumped into it. Some kind of sifter. Look at the size of these boards. And where they get wood like this is not, there's no trees around here. Imported. You know, the foundation. Looks like it might have been a little office building or something. Like a front porch and then just a walk-in area. Maybe they ran it 24/7, or maybe there's, you know, break room and different things. Well, there's a water and a sewer drain or some kind of drain. So they had a probably a bathroom in there at one point. So it probably would have been a break room or something that the miners would have used, or the people working out here. I guess you call them miners. They're really not digging into the ground, but I just wonder where all this stuff came from. You know, where do they get all the stuff to the material to sift through? Is it brought in? Because this mountain is in pretty decent shape. I mean, there are, you know, a lot of stuff that's taken out, but not that much. Not for 50, 60, 70 years of usage. Unless they returned it back to where they took it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how all this worked. And we've got one more level to go up. This is the top of this hill. Like I said, behind this old building foundation. So, and they wouldn't want to take a four-wheeler up here. But I've seen vehicles up here. Wow. I'm not into that rock climbing like that. I get too nervous. Here we are. Oh, another foundation up top. I've seen ATVs sitting up here. People looking around. This probably was another water tank or something, because you want high elevation. Yeah, it would be a water tank. Because right through here is the water system. There's a water pipe and concrete. Behind that is that van that we've been seeing. And across the desert out there, there's a well somewhere right down in there with water pipes coming out of it, and you hear water running through it sometimes. So they would have got the water from there probably and pumped it up into this area. But just look, ATV trails everywhere. Oh, sun's going down. ATVs coming up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look around this side. There's the LTBA. Whole lot less vehicles now than what there were a couple weeks ago. There's the bus right there. So not too far away. Well, we're going to try to get down the mountain and get back before it gets too dark. Come on, pup, let's go. Come on. He's on a sit-out strike again. He's just sitting down. There we go. This is going to be interesting. This is pretty steep going down. Now, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's pretty down. So we'll end the video and catch you guys up on the next one. Thanks for watching and listening about the mine that I don't know a whole lot about, but it's out here. See you guys on around the desert. And so what was this used for? Well, after my research, I found out that the names of these two areas, these are not actually mines. These are actually mills. So they didn't actually do the mining here. They just did milling of the product they did here. The one on that side is called Stettler Stamp Mill, and this one is called Williams Mill. And what do they mill? Tungsten. Tungsten is what they were mainly after back in the early 40s. That's when they actually started. They don't have the direct information of when they were built, so it's one of those don't know, but back in the 40s they started producing tungsten and also lead, gold, and silver through this area. And so that's what these were for. These were mills. These were not mines. So these mines were 8 to 12 miles away, and they bring the ore in here and somehow go up that little narrow road we were on yesterday and dump it in the top, and it would filter through and go through, and all these layers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down at the bottom, catching the trucks. That's the reason why there's no big buildup out here that I mentioned, and there's no big holes, because they brought it in, refined it, and then sent it back out. So it makes sense now. Huh. But yeah, I did a little research. Let's see. Oh, Philip, what is tungsten used for? Tungsten is a very rare metal, and it was used for anodes and electric light bulb filaments. So it has some history behind it. And so, yeah, what I read, this was in operation from the early 40s through the late 60s. Google has it as a mine closed down in 73. Once again, there's really no actual data when it closed, but it was subsidized by the U.S. government for tungsten production up through 1956. And so they were just going gangbusters. And then after the money ran out from the government, everything just stops. So they closed it down sometime in the 60s, and the report said that sometime in the late 70s, it was reported that a lot of the working machinery was sold off and it was abandoned. So it makes sense, but that's what it is. It's a tungsten mill, not a mine. So Google says it's a mine, it's a mill. So that's what it is. Well, thanks for watching.